Hey there, my name is Sam Schuster, and today I will be walking you through my map for Lab 2 for Intro to GIS. So, here I have QGIS pulled up, my workstation pulled up and loaded up with all the relevant data and information we need to make this nice map here. So, the first thing that stands out really is, I suppose, this color. Now, I opted for a sort of pink gradient to represent our different classifications, just in celebration of Valentine's Day, and because I thought it looked nice and presented a nice clear picture for us. So that's that. Now, if we look down here at the bottom left here where my cursor is, we see that classifications are broken down into 5 different classifications, represented by 5 different colors. With this lightest color being the lowest level of income per household, and this darkest color, this sort of maroon color, being the upper end of people, which we're really interested in this particular lab. And those households are, well, this color represents counties and areas where the median salary is $100,000 or more per year. So, in addition to that, we have these little points, right? Now, these little blue points represent data collected from fellow classmates, and it pertains to just different locations that classmates have lived at in the last several years. Now, I have the information tool equipped here, which means if I click on one of these points, like I already have, we can get a little bit more info on that particular point. So we see that the one selected here, which is northeast of Atlanta, I want to say, it's in the North Metro area, is one of Taylor's points, one of Taylor's locations. So I guess he or she lived there in the last several years. We could click on another one though. So let's click on this one. Oh, that one's actually mine. So I'm from Johns Creek originally. This is where I grew up, and you can look at some other ones. Got Roswell, no name. Marietta, someone's lived there. Somebody's lived in Smyrna. Someone in Emory Village. So yeah, I think you get a good idea for it. So yeah, over here on the right side of the screen here, we have this pane that gives us a bit more information about that highlighted point. So we have the name of what that place is or who lived there. So we have Emory Village right now, which is right down here. And we have some coordinate data associated with it, so that we can get a better understanding of where it actually is relative to other places. And yeah, so that's about that. We see that people are from some other places in the nation, so it looks like one student's from Chicago here, or another from Detroit here. And one thing of note that I sort of observed was that big urban centers and high population density areas tend to attract households that are at the upper end of the spectrum in terms of income. So, like Chicago, for instance, we look here and we look along the coastline of the Great Lakes here, and you know, this is all Chicago. But as we travel west towards the center of the state, we see that this sort of gradient is present, with the darker, higher income people living, you know, in the city or along the water's edge, in and around the major urban area, and the households making a bit less money as we travel further west and into and away from the city proper. So I thought that was one notable observation. We see that same thing here in like Denver or Salt Lake City right there. If it'll load up, yeah, right there, Salt Lake City, or like Silicon Valley right over here. So yeah, that's just something of note. Now, I broke things down here. Each color represents a different classification, as I said, but I broke things down using a natural breaks classification. And what that means is I really just try to maximize the differences between the classes while minimizing the differences within each respective class, so that it's natural. The classifications are natural, and it makes sense. So yeah, I've been Sam Schuster. This has been my little walkthrough for Lab 2. And here is my final map, all created. Now, I hope this has been informative, and thanks for watching.